Hello everyone. Today the guidance I am receiving is to talk about ceremony. So this is something very important to me. It's taken me a long time as well, like about 3 years, to get to a comfortable place to be able to express this. So ceremony for me, to try and sum it up, and I'll go into it deeper, but it's like extended meditation, interactive meditation, and it's progressed as I've progressed. So yeah, if you think of a ceremony in the way that we are shown it in this world, we can relate it to a wedding, a birthday, a joyous celebration, but that's where it's been limited. It's been, the connotations of ceremony have been limited to those experiences only. And so much of the importance of ceremony has been lost. And so here I am stepping into this role, which is my role. It's taken, like as I say, it's taken me a long time to get comfortable enough to express it. But here I am expressing the importance of ceremony. So, as I said, extended meditation, but so broad, so expansive, and so important to your spiritual and just your holistic growth, expansion, remembering. So a ceremony basically is celebrating you, celebrating your moments, your breakthroughs, your struggles, your initiations, anything that you are going through. When you go into ceremony, you're witnessed, you're held, you're supported. And so, and there's no right or wrong way to do it in my experience. It's about going into your heart, going within and opening that space and allowing yourself to be you within that space. Ceremony takes you outside of linear time. You create a sacred space and you're supported by that sacred space. So whether you do that through calling in the directions, angels, whichever way works for you, you're creating a sacred space. And then you can just do your meditation and that can be the end of it. Or you can sit in ceremony for hours. You can incorporate tools, cacao, cards, journaling, channeling. Anything that happens within your ceremony is about your growth. And it's been such a vital thing for me over the last year. I've been shown another level. And again, it's like we reach these phases, don't we? We have like initiations where, let me sum up initiation. What it means to me is you declare you're ready for the next step. And the first step of that declaration is to say it, to know it. Then you're put through an initiation of, here you are, you've said this is where you want to be, this is what you want. So the universe throws all these things at you to help you clear the path to get where you want to go. So it's a bit like shadow work. In fact, they're interwoven sometimes. Some of the shadow work is about clearing the past lives, to just get you to a certain level. But when it's within an initiation, it's clearing you because you've made that declaration of where you want to be. So it's purposeful, a bit more purposeful than just doing your shadow work. It's like it becomes more controlled. So each initiation, they're all initiations, but each initiation you become more aware. you're a bit more in control every time, or a bit more, I don't like that word control, but conscious, aware, let's just say aware. You're a bit more aware of the reason for the initiation. So when you incorporate that within your ceremony, it's like you enhance that awareness. And so, you know, I go into ceremony every week. I go sometimes I go in with intention, sometimes the only intention is to just see where I'm at, what's needed. And each time I am fulfilled. Last week, my ceremony was full of grief. It was full of release, and it was full of overwhelm. But it was a process I needed to go through. And if I hadn't gone into ceremony and experienced it in that way, I would have got carried away with it. It would have got control of me. Whereas going into ceremony and seeing that that's come up for my highest good made me be aware that everything that happened in that week, and there was a lot of, you know, last week was very odd. Lots of, as I say, lots of grief, lots of, what's that word? I always do this, I lose my words. You know, things were sticky. But I was aware of it. I knew it was for my highest good because I'd experienced it in ceremony. I'd been made aware of it. So, and then this week, so I've just come out of ceremony now, and I've seen that everything that happened last week has got me to where I am now. And so it's almost like a way to check in with where you're at, your progress, to see what there is to come through. I hope I'm doing this justice, but for me, it's just a necessity, and even more so now. If you think about our ancestors, so really at this time, one of my main observations is that our ancestors were the closest and had the closest knowledge to where we're headed. They were in touch with our star family, with the star nations. It's written all through history. It's in their drawings. It's in, you know this stuff. It's in, there's markings, there's drawings. They recorded connections with the star beings. So if we can bring the practices of our ancestors into our daily lives now, we are assisting ourselves in getting to where we're going. Our ancestors aren't just from the past, they're from the future as well. We express time, we experience time, as linear, but it's not. And so when you go into ceremony, you go outside of that linear time, and you're just in that oneness energy. You're connecting with your ancestors, you're connecting with the angels, you're connecting with the star beings. You may not feel it straight away, but it's happening. And so, yeah, by doing these practices, which were, this was every day ceremony was begun in the morning and lived for the whole day. It brought the sacred practices into every moment. And so that's part of our purpose, that's part of our collective role, is to begin making meditation, ceremony, however you want to see it, word it, active parts of every single moment of our day. That's how we live from the heart. We wake up in the morning, we align with where we want to be, and we stay there. We observe, we slow time down through that observation. We become responsive rather than reactive, because we are, again, it's that word, but we're in control of our being rather than the outside energies controlling us, leading our frequency. We have our frequency in alignment, and it cannot be altered too much then. So yeah, this is what ceremony is for me, and there's so much more. This, whatever has come out now is what's meant to be. And And so I kind of urge you to explore it with a group. Find a ceremony, find a circle. A circle is a part of a ceremony where you come together and you carry out those practices of our ancestors. You open yourself up, you're sharing, you're being witnessed, you're witnessing others, and there's an exchange in that, there's a reciprocity in that, because not everything is a financial exchange. To listen to somebody and then them listen to you, there's so much healing and so much power in that. That happens within ceremony when you're in a group. That happens in ceremony when you're with just one person. And so much more happens within it too. So yeah, just, you know, this is just a message to bring this more into our awareness, to everyone's awareness, that don't fear these words. Don't, just because you may not understand them or they sound quite ritualistic or however, you know, we've been programmed to understand them, explore it and just find out for yourself. Like everything else, like with everything we've understood about the world, we've had to deprogram ourselves, haven't we? We've had to understand that there's a different way. So apply that to everything. Take away the programming, take away the layers, the veils, and go into everything with new eyes. And I just ask from my heart to yours for you to do that with ceremony. It is so fulfilling. So without meaning to sound this like a promoting, but I hold personal ceremonies for you. And just the magic that I'm seeing within them is just so powerful. And you know, this is a part of my purpose here as well, is about empowerment. It's about making or allowing you to realize your own responsibility and your own power within. And that's what a ceremony can do as well. It's just a space where you are held and you can explore who you are, what you're going through, and do so in, you know, whilst being held. And if that works for you, you know, that's how I had to start. I had to start by going to a group or going to somebody else where I was held, and I explored myself whilst they held the space for me. And then it's led me to where I am now. And, you know, I can do it for myself now. I can do it with Cacao. She holds me sometimes whilst I journey and whilst I do what I do within my ceremony. But other times I need another human being to do it for me. Sometimes you just need that. So yeah, again, this is just from my heart to yours, a plea and a invitation to explore ceremony. If you have any more questions, if this has sparked an interest in you, then please feel free to contact me. You can do it in the comments, you can email me, you can contact me on Facebook, Instagram, whatever feels right. Yeah, just please explore. Have a beautiful day.